Tomorrow we are most likely gonna reach down for this low right here. And what that will allow for us is for a move to come towards this liquidity here. One can also say that we are engineering a ton of sell side there. See how we break this high, retail go long. We break this high, retail go long, right? Stops below here. All the stops are right below there. Therefore, today's move was not enough, and even if we sweep this high again, it is purely to allow for new liquidity to be engineered below here. So this right here, this order block right here is our draw. Why is this an order block? Well, see how we break this high. So right here, retail go long, and then we use this down move here to sweep stops. So during this down move, the banks are buying up their positions. Therefore, they still have orders here, and that is why this is a order block. So this is our draw tomorrow. Now let's go over today's price action. First off, I mean, London was quite, yeah, to me, it wasn't really that good in London. I mean, we didn't quite get one of these fake outs, that I like to see. Basically, we get a bunch of consolidation like this, like that, up and down, and then we get a fake breakout. So let's say here we get a fake breakout, retail have their stops below there. Then we go sweep that low, and then the banks can position themselves off of that retail liquidity that was engineered. So we didn't get that during the London. So we just waited until the New York Open, and right here, what we had is a bias that was lower because of all of these stops right here, and also because of the fact that we had swept all of these highs here. So right, retail go long here, their stops are below there. Retail went long right there as well, their stops were below there. So we had a bunch of stops there, there, there. And yeah, that low right there was absolutely not gonna be left, right? And yeah, so that was a draw for the New York Open. What happens? We have this liquidity all the way up there. So what happens then is retail see us breaking that high, which is a certainly 4-hour high. So stops are below that low there. That is why we could know this was very relevant liquidity as well, not just here, right? Always look for the higher time frame. Now, where was the setup then? We had our draw. Well, we get this sweep, and before this, we get this inducement move here at open. So what happens during this move is retail go short, which means the banks can buy up their positions up here, right? They can go short here. So once, and then, yeah, so this move up here is purely used for the banks to go short. That means this is a order block. Now, we know our draw liquidity is this for our liquidity, as previously mentioned. So once we break this order block, we are looking for a entry within this. Now, here sadly we didn't get a very beautiful setup. What I was sitting here waiting for was a sweep of this high right there. Then I would have entered. But yeah, I missed this move, which really it was a bummer because it was so obvious. But yeah, what I would have looked for here is a sweep of this high, right? That was where our retail liquidity was. And from that, I would have looked for a 1 minute or a 30-second order block that we could have entered off. arguably this was a order block, right? We get the fake out high, retail go long, stops below there and there. So retail long, then retail go short, retail stops here. This move up here is used to take out retail stops. The banks are buying here, and we validate the order block. But I wanted to see this high. So yeah, but what that allowed for was this afternoon setup. So I was not home between 13 till 20, or well, 15. I'm from Sweden, so time difference. But I was home for this last piece of price action. Beautiful. Now, our draw is very obviously here because we have these untapped stops here that we should have tapped earlier but didn't. So that tells us, okay, this is our draw for now. And with that knowledge, what do we get here? Just like I taught y'all, we get this fake breakout. Now, what does retail do? They go long there, right? Stops below there. Okay, so we sweep this low right here. So retail are out, the banks buy their positions. Okay, then let's drop down into the 15-second time frame. This is where we get our entry. Same thing again. Retail engineer liquidity, or the banks engineer liquidity. So retail go long and retail go long. Stops right below here. The banks take out the retail stops that are below that, and the banks go long, stops below there. Okay, and then we have our bias all the way up here. And yeah, we went quite a bit further, very strong. But yeah, same thing here. We get this, yeah, here's a good example as well. Once we go long here, once the retail go long, they put their stops there. See how that becomes an OR block because this down move here is used to take out the retail stops. So the banks have to go back into this order block to fill up their positions that they have from there. Because remember, they're buying here. So they have a bunch of orders they want to fill up right there. Okay. To do that, they have to engineer liquidity. So they go long and they have their stops here, right? Uh, Stops right above or right below, sorry, there in the order block. So we have basically what I'm trying to say is they combine liquidity with the order blocks. So here comes even more orders, right, in because the banks faked out retail to go long. So here the banks are buying again from this fake out and they also combine it with the order block. So we anticipate big strong bull move. After that, what happens? Well, we have this new order block. Look at how it acts as support, right? And yeah, also interesting to see. Notice how this one here doesn't become an order block because it does not fake out retail, right? Retail never go long in this part here like they did here when it breaks above this high and trend line. There they go long. There retail go long. Here retail go long, right? But on this one here, retail does not go long. So there's no order block there. Does that make sense? Well, I hope it does. So that was the setup for me today. Unfortunately with this one, because this one could have been such an A+ setup, you know. We have our order block, we have our inducement, we have our liquidity built up, but yeah, we didn't get it, so it sucks. But yeah, I'm certainly happy with solid. I enter right there. So it was, yeah. I mean, is a not a good trade. Essentially, it's a tiny trade, but yeah, still a win. Get the momentum, and then you'll keep going. Please watch. I mean, if you enjoy it, feel free to watch my other videos, because then I know you like it. Right? Have a good tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna predict what happens tomorrow, by the way. So yeah, what's happened here? Right here, we have now taken out the retail stops from here. So this right here could absolutely be the liquidity that was required to be swept for this low down here to be swept. But yeah, I gotta see the Asian session and before I take any big certain. But yeah, I do not anticipate this high to be taken before we sweep this low. With that being said, good luck tomorrow and let's make some money. Okay? Good trading. See ya.